are back. I'm Kiki Nembhards, hand in hand with Kevin Nembhards. We are here to give you yet another exciting episode of the Yard Connection podcast. Today, we've got another fun episode.
Yeah.
Baby, are you here?
Yes, I'm
Are
here.
you here?
Yes, right here, right now.
Whatever, man. He's in his own zone today. I don't know what's happening. I'm joking, guys. He's okay. You good, baby? You
Yes,
sure?
I'm good. Yes, I'm good.
You straight?
Yeah, I'm straight. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode. You know, I'm ready right here, right now.
Yeah, right here, right now. Remember to follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. We are at the Yard Connection Podcast. On Twitter, it's just at Yard Connection. Thank you for joining us. We are here. We are here talking about, those topics that cause heated arguments sometimes in the family, sometimes in relationships, sometimes just between mother and child, father and child. We talk about anything in this show. So just stay tuned and we can kick off right now. Today we're talking about something relationship-wise. But either way, it can either work on romantic relationship or just personal in terms of friendship or whatever. You're right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
We're talking about the fact that the signs are always there. No matter what you do, the signs are always there. Whatever you go through when you get into a relationship with somebody or you meet up, whether this person you're going to be friends with them or you're going to be involved with them romantically, it's going to be the same thing. The signs are always there. So do you think the signs are always there? Do you believe that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's something that's natural, like just like anything else. Like you said, like friendship or whatever it is. The signs are there to determine, of course, whether it's fit for you, whether it's good, whether it's genuine as well, stuff like that. But I think the problem is we tend to ignore these signs a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But the signs are naturally there. But sometimes, say for example, with the love situation, you're in love. So I mean, most times you just fly past the signs. You saw a detour sign and you're still going straight, something like that. So I mean, they're always there, whether friendship, love relationship, whatever it is, they're always there. Well, from my perspective, whether it's the slightest signs, because I mean, it will show up.
Yeah.
You'll get those little hints, those little, you know what I'm saying? But they're actually the signs.
The crazy part is that we always see the signs only make sense that they were signs when we are getting burnt.
Yes. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying that, the signs are always there, but because, you're always ignoring them for whatever reason. If it's a friendship, you're caught up in the friendship at the time, so you're not even paying attention. You'll be like, I probably just did that because, you know what I'm saying?
Or you give that person
or if it's a love situation, oh my God, he calls me every day, but at the same time beats you. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of ignoring the fact that he beats you because he calls you every day. You're in that love moment. You don't start noticing this until, like, for example, your eyes start turning colors.
Then I've been in a situation like that where, like, I always say I'm blessed because I feel like I'm a good judge of character. My antennas are always up. That doesn't mean though that I don't give people a chance. Like if somebody tells me something about someone, I've said this before. If somebody tells me something negative about a person and says, you know what, Kevin is like this, like that, Kiki. He's this, he's ABC, and it's all the negatives that I'm hearing. What I'm not gonna do is just allow that to be my decision making. When it comes to how I feel about Kevin. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's friendship, whether it's business, whatever it is.
Well, the reason why you do that, is because obviously because it's coming from, like, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't consider, say, someone telling you something about something. Yeah, it can be considered as a form of sign, but it's not like that is not attached to you. The thing is, the actual signs are connected with you. Know what I'm saying? You start seeing those signs, your antenna will go off the moment the person shout at you. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It's hearing something about someone doesn't determine the signs much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like you basically judging somebody. The signs that we're actually talking about are the ones that, pops up, immediately when, say, you start talking to somebody. Or,
and then you pick up
you pick up those
things.
little things, those little things, those little gestures, those little remarks, you know what I'm saying? We ignore them a lot of times because we are overpowered. In most cases, at the beginning, they're overpowered by your actual, your actual instincts or your feelings itself. You know what I'm saying? You're all in your feelings at the time. Like I said, whether it's a friendship or relationship. So, these signs are judged not based on someone else, but
what someone else said to you. It's based on what you experienced with that person.
Right.
I was getting to that. Where I was saying, with me, I feel like I've been blessed enough to be a good judge of character in terms of, there are certain people where I just feel uncomfortable around, and immediately I know that this person is not good for me. Whether it's what they say, or it's just their spirit, their aura just pushes me off, where you're like, you cannot connect with a person no matter what. The minute that person walks into a room, the room just becomes dark. The tension just gets crazy. And those are the signs that also, as someone might not feel it, but it depends on how you're connected with that person as an individual. With me also, I've in terms of relationships, romantic relationships, I sympathize a lot with a lot of women who go through abusive relationships, because I don't think at the beginning people actually know, a woman actually knows that the boyfriend or the husband is going to be abusive, or the employer is going to be abusive. So those situations, I sympathize a lot. And I've been saying that God actually is protecting me, because he knows if I end up with someone like that, I'm going to go to jail. I'm that person who will fight. You will have to sleep with one eye open if you're an abusive person, to me, in terms of physical abuse, the husbands or the boyfriends abusing their women. So what I'm saying in this situation is, I was once exposed to someone who was abusive, but I picked it up early. When we say the signs are always there, the signs are always there. I picked it up very early in the relationship, and it was based on how insecure the guy was. The way he used to talk to me. It's like when I met him, I was already independent. Right. So to him, it came across like, you are an independent woman, therefore because I wasn't there when you were building. Maybe he was used to building women. He was used to taking care of women. The women that he used to be with before me probably were those women who used to bow down to him and make him the king or whatever it is, But then when he met me, I was a completely different woman from the women he used to be with. I was independent. I had my own car. I had all my own place to live. I was paying all my own bills. So to him, that came across like, you don't need me, so why am I here, type of thing. And besides, even though a woman is independent, it doesn't mean they don't need a man. We still do need a man, and I want that man to play the role of being a man. I don't want to be a man in a relationship.
There's so many roles you got to play there. So I mean, if already he's going to be using, say, like financial judgments, to go into a relationship, to say, basically, that's as you said, that's something that he's used to. So that's the only aim of going into a relationship, which in return probably just produces, say, sex for him. You know what I'm saying? He's not the type of person who would be building, because I mean, people think that when you're already like at a standpoint where you're firm, they think that you're all good. You know what I'm saying? They think that you can't build some more with them. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some of the biggest names, in the industry, whether it be music or whatever, you name it. And these people still require that one person to be around them to help them build. I mean, building doesn't always mean financially, you know what I'm saying? You need someone to talk to sometimes.
Yes.
You know, some of these big stars just call on a regular guy, one of their regular friends who's not in the industry or nothing
just
at all.
Just have a decent conversation.
Yes. Yeah. Because, when you're built, practically you're exposed to a higher lifestyle. So immediately, of course, your friends, I mean, your surrounding change. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in obviously you find yourself start being around more, say for example you're a banker, you find yourself start being around more bankers than around regular people, because that's what your life brings you to.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, the signs are there, definitely. Just like you said, we ignore them. I mean, the problem is a lot of us give like you're saying, like you stated earlier, like you don't like you give people chances. And I think that's where the problem comes in with, for
so
example,
we mustn't give people. I didn't with the abuser. This guy, I didn't give him a chance.
Well, I understand that part, because you weren't going to allow that.
My antennas went up. The way he would talk to me about certain things, the way he was threatened. A very insecure person is a problem.
Because already he's thinking that you can walk out anytime.
You can walk out anytime. He's thinking somebody else is financing my lifestyle since he hasn't been doing it. So already he was feeling small, but then at the same time trying to hear that ego thing. That he wouldn't. Sometimes there are women out there, not even sometimes, there are a lot of women out there, be it corporate or entertainment or whatever, who make more money than the men. That you as a man doesn't mean that you need to feel less of a man because of that. It depends on how that woman treats you. If that woman you are with treats you still like a king, then you have to feel like a king and walk your part as a king. You don't have to start feeling threatened and start questioning and start feeling like you are going to physically, emotionally, financially abuse that person just to make them feel small.
Right.
So I knew from that time, I was like, you know what, there is no way I can continue being with this guy, because already my self-esteem is going low.
But
I'm losing me.
But at least like, that's one example. But then, there are so many other examples, like, for relationship wise itself. I'm pretty sure there are many people out there who actually get in these relationships, and the moment you get in these relationships already, as I said, the signs are going to start producing pretty soon. Because the thing is with the signs, it doesn't take the time frame as pretending. Like I said, people pretend up to probably say 3 months max. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with the signs is the moment you're with that person, you're gonna start seeing the signs. They're gonna start popping up. Then probably you're not even noticing them, because obviously you don't know this person, so you don't know if these are actually signs or whatever it is. But immediately when you start, when the signs start becoming like more visible to you now, this is where a lot of people be like, I'm giving them a chance. No, you don't need to give nobody a chance.
To give them a chance.
Know what I'm saying?
That's the time to walk away.
There are so many ways, because you know what? Some people just look at life one way. For example, that like you emphasize on the woman's side a lot, because it's done a lot on the woman's side.
Yes,
I'm saying, because unfortunately you guys go through that part. But there are also cases like, for example, I've seen for, say, immigration purposes, whereas in like even guys have been abused, like guys have been held hostage, just to get their green card in the US.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas they would get married to this person or be in a relationship with this person, right? Get married and everything. And, the person used that green card as a holder for the guy. Not to, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a arranged marriage, or if it's an actual marriage, you find that people use that to say, listen, I'm in control. You know what I'm saying? But what people fail to understand is that, there's not only one way to solve a problem. You are thinking that, if this person doesn't, if you don't comply with this person, you're not going to be able to get a green card. No.
So in those situations, you are forced to bow down to that person, right, no matter what they say. So they can abuse you, talk to you any way they like to talk to you, but because you want that, then you...
And a lot of us sit down and be like, oh my God, I can't wait to just get my green card. No, I mean you can actually listen. There are so many. The thing is, we don't know our rights. We don't know a lot of stuff that's available to us. I mean, if you have issues doing that with this modern day and age, I mean, you can always Google it. There are more than one ways. There are actual legal, system in which you can actually process, certain stuff without being abused. Because that, all of that. So I mean, like I said, there are different, things to
It's
it.
different
Different situations that bring you to
where
these.
people find themselves. Oh my!
But obviously the signs are there.
The signs are always there.
You're getting into a relationship, and at first, like at first, because you know what, the first part of the relationship is always the nicest part. You know what I'm saying? When well, to most people, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the beginning of the relationship. So that's when this person is new to you. This is when you're getting to know things about this person and stuff like that. But guess what? I mean, if this person isn't for you, in whatever way it is, you know what I'm saying? You're going to start, because remember, already you know exactly what you want from a relationship, and you know what you want from the person as well. Now, obviously, if you're not seeing these signs, no, in terms of, remember, the signs not always come, like, for example, by the person being natural, but the person isn't even making an effort to make the sacrifices. Because, I mean, you have to build a person into what you want, and this
what
requires
you want for you.
Yes, and this requires you, putting it out there to let them know that this is how I would want things to be done, or us to be. I'm saying, I mean, persons agree on it. They'll be like, okay, no problem. But how much actually make the effort to comply, like to go ahead? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. So that already is a sign that the fact that he's not making an effort, to do what we talk about and stuff like that.
That's already a sign.
That's already a sign.
There.
But by the time you keep giving him time and giving her time and stuff like that, you find yourself stuck 5 years in a relationship and still not married. Or still no commitment.
No commitment. Or, just still, you don't even know which way you're going.
You don't even know which way you're going. You know what I'm saying? You guys are building. All these little stuff. So I mean, they're always there, just because the human beings, they're not visual, like in terms of you can't actually see them. So then it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? But they're there.
The signs. I also think so. I truly believe that the signs are always there. Like, we choose to ignore them. The signs are always there. It's just like sometimes
the main one is in love.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes when we pray for certain things, you pray and say, God, give me a sign. If this is not for me, give me a sign. Trust and believe God will give you a sign.
Of course.
But then you question the sign again. You're like, no, but okay, I prayed and asked, is this meant for me? He didn't speak to me right this morning. And I felt like I shouldn't be with this man for those moments. But then later on, he brought me flowers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's like the signs are there. When we ask to see the signs, we choose again to ignore those signs. And you're like, oh my God, 10 years later, you look back.
And that's a problem now, because you know what happened? When you keep ignoring these signs, what happened is that you keep having the back and forth. So this minute it brings you flowers, and by the time in the morning time, you just left and walk out. You know those type of relationships.
There's no consistency.
You have people that's stuck in relationships like those, and they're still trying to ponder their life out as to what should they do. You know what I'm saying? Because today is nice, tomorrow is not nice. What does that tell you? Simple mean it's not consistent. And once something is not consistent, then it makes no sense. It's not for you.
If the bad overpowers the good, there's no reason for us to be around those people. Same thing, even if it's friendship, even if it's family. There are some people who are just toxic for our system. It doesn't matter who they are in our lives. Yes, there's just some people where, like I was saying earlier, that some people you're around them and you just don't feel good. And there are some people who will say certain things, and it boils down to also, you can pick up the signs from how a person speaks to you, from how a person acts around you. Even if it's a friend, at the beginning of that friendship, there are those friends who will say they are your friend, but they say they've got these jabs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So already, and I've seen that so many times in friendship, whereas in persons hang out around, having friends for different reasons, and because because you are genuine. You don't see it anyway. Like, for example,
because you think people are like you.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? But you need to realize that not everyone is like what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, those are the little things that would need to, start paying attention to and stuff. Like, I mean, like you said, like in anything, even if it's a friendship, when you're going into a friendship, you know what I'm saying? You know exactly, as much as it's a friendship, you know exactly what you're expecting from the friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is he loyal to me? And I've seen it. I mean, I've seen, I remember coming across two guys, and I mean, I see them practically every time. Every time I see them, they're together. And then I remember this one particular time, I only saw one of them. And I'm like, yo, what happened to the other guy? And it was like, he called out, and he didn't even call me. Put it that way. It's like they work together.
Oh,
you know I'm saying,
okay.
But they are friends when they're at at work and whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
But then when the communication comes across, this one doesn't communicate.
As a friend.
And so yeah, and you know what? And I remember telling the guy that, listen, this alone should put you on your toes. You already know, what you're dealing with now. Now, what you do now is to make decisions in terms of going forward. You know what I'm saying? How do you address it? Because if you don't do that, then it's going to end up affecting you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas you're thinking that this person is coming to see you, and this person is not coming to see you.
Yeah.
Because of how they are and stuff, So, I mean, in every little thing, man. I mean, you bear in mind also, like I said, you know exactly what you want from a friendship or relationship. You're going in a relationship, you're going in there with certain expectation as to what you want.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing you do is to bring it across the board.
Yeah.
To let the other party know that this is what I want us to work on. You guys come to an agreement. I mean, if there's a disagreement, then you guys need to fix it, whatever it is. But then comes the part of the sign showing up.
Yeah.
Then you're not seeing any
improvement or any changes towards what you guys spoke about.
Exactly, and you guys spoke about this. So what should I and people ask themselves the question, should I ask him again, or should I say something to him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I mean, three chances. That's it. Because I mean,
he said 3 chances.
I mean, you can see with the first one, because I mean, that's just like the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But,
because that person is not that kind of person. You don't want to be, you have to kind of train them to be. I get it. I get. So you give them chances to grow and build.
But once say for example he reaches a third chance and there's still no growth, then already that's a red flag right there.
It's a red flag right there.
So I mean, you know exactly what to do from there. But obviously, we ignore all these things.
No, we always choose to ignore the things until we want out.
Yes.
And then when we look back 10 years, you're like, oh my God.
I just wasted 10 years.
Yeah, I just wasted 10 years. And the first month had all the signs. The first month I met this person had all the signs in place.
You're just seeing it now.
But I'm choosing to see it now because I'm at a point of no return.
I'm going through the most right now, but I mean it's all good. Like I said, but I mean, let us know how you feel about it. I mean, we can't be judging for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is different in terms of how they think and stuff like that. But we're not judging. We just sharing our opinions.
So we like it when you guys get involved and chat with us and let us know what you think about our conversations in the comments. Share our posts, subscribe to our podcast, like our posts, and the word of mouth is also important. Just spread the news, guys. Spread the news and let people know that the Yacht Connection podcast is the one. From myself, Kiki Nembard, and Kevin Nembard.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now, we out.
Yeah.